Hello students, welcome to another session of All Force e-learning program. So in this session we will learn about the effect of electric dipole in an electric field. Suppose if an electric dipole is left freely in an electric field, what impact, what does it experience, what happens to the dipole, and we shall derive the formula for the analytically we shall derive the things. So an electric dipole in a electric field, electric dipole in electric field. So we shall understand the effect of the dipole in the field now. So before going to this, let's learn the things which are required to understand these things. An electric dipole, I was telling you, a dipole is a combination of two equal and opposite charges separated by a small and fixed distance, finite distance. An electric dipole, combination of two charges, equal and opposite. And this electric dipole is placed in an electric field. Field is the space where there are lines of force. The space where the effect of the charge can be felt is called electric field. So electric field, in that electric field, and in this one we are considering uniform electric field. In this one we are considering uniform electric field. First we shall take up uniform electric field, later we will study the effect in non-uniform electric field. So an electric dipole when placed in an electric field, then what does it experience, right? So consider an electric dipole. Let's say there is an electric dipole like this. This is minus q and this is plus q. This is the midpoint of the dipole O. Let this be A, this be point B, right? We know all the distances are to be measured from the center of the dipole. The total length of the dipole is 2A. And dipole moment, we know dipole moment P bar is charge into length 2A. So dipole moment P bar is 2AQ. This is electric dipole moment of the dipole. Then, so this is the dipole that is now, this is freely suspended. It is free to rotate, free to move, right? It is freely suspended in a uniform electric field. There is a uniform electric field in this space. A uniform electric field, I was telling you, electric field is the space where the effect of the charge can be experienced. You feel the force of it, you feel the effect of it, experience the effect of it. These electric fields are of two types: uniform electric field and non-uniform electric field. Uniform electric field in the sense, the electric field whose electric field intensity, the strength of the field and the magnitude and direction of the field both remains constant at all the points in the field. Uniform electric field is the one in which the electric field intensity, that is the strength of the field, magnitude of the strength and the direction both remain constant at all the points in the field. Now how do you picturize, how do you represent? We represent this by means of lines of force. Uniform electric field implies parallel lines of force like this. There are parallel lines of force represented like this. Let the strength of the field be E. Uniform. It is same at all the points. The electric field intensity is same at B as well as at A. At these 2 points the electric field intensity, at all the points it is same, constant. Uniform electric field. Uniform electric field is represented by parallel lines. The lines are parallel like this, right? So the dipole is suspended in a uniform electric field. Then what happens? You know, according to the definition of electric field intensity is the force experienced by a unit positive test charge placed at that point. So electric field intensity E is F by Q. E is equal to F by Q. So the charge placed at that point will experience force. How much force it will experience? Let us cross multiply. So the force experienced by the charge F is equal to EQ. The magnitude of the force. Suppose if a charge Q is placed in a uniform electric field E, a charge Q is placed in a uniform electric field E, then the force experienced by that charge F is given as EQ. Right? This is the force that is experienced. Now, direction also, this is the vector form. Magnitude is EQ, direction. If the charge is positive, then the direction of the force is same as the direction of the electric field intensity. So, force and electric field will be like vector, same direction, they are parallel. But if the charge is negative, opposite charge, negative charge, then the direction of it will be minus Q. So force will be minus EQ. So the direction of the force is opposite to the direction of the electric field. So F is based on the charge F bar, I can write it as E bar plus or minus Q. If it is positive charge plus EQ. So in the sense, the direction is same, both are parallel. If it is negative charge, it is minus EQ. In the sense, both are in opposite direction. The field and the force are in opposite direction. Now coming to our diagram, our dipole consists of two charges, a positive and a negative charge. So according to this formula, any charge placed in the electric field experiences a force F is equal to EQ. Now, positive charge experiences a force plus EQ. So the positive charge experiences force in the direction of the electric field. So I was telling you the positive charge experiences force in the direction of the field. So on the positive charge there is a force F is equal to EQ parallel to the direction of the electric field. Now coming to the negative charge minus. So the force experienced by negative charge, if it is minus Q, then F is equal to minus EQ. Minus in the sense the direction is opposite to the electric field, but the electric field is in the upward direction. Now the force will be in the opposite direction. So negative charge experiences a force F is equal to EQ in the downward direction. So what is the effect of the field on the dipole? Dipole consists of two equal and opposite charges, positive charge, negative charge, plus Q, minus Q. Now plus Q experiences force in the direction of the field, minus Q experiences force opposite to the direction of the field. So positive charge experiences force along the field, negative charge opposite. Now this experiences two equal and opposite forces. Equal and opposite forces. In the sense, any system on which there are two equal and opposite forces, the effect produced is couple. There is couple acting on that system. So it experiences couple. Because of the couple, there is turning effect, torque is developed. So therefore, now when a dipole is placed in a uniform electric field, first what happens? Positive charge experiences force in the direction of the field. Negative charge experiences force in the direction opposite to the field. Right? It is parallel to the field. This is opposite to the field. So the dipole will experience two equal and opposite forces. Two equal and opposite forces. Now the net force is 0. So on the dipole, if I consider the dipole as a single system, then at this point it is force Fq upward, here it is downward. So on the dipole as a unit, there are two equal and opposite forces. Net force is 0. So whenever a dipole is placed in a uniform electric field, then the net force on the dipole is 0. Individually, positive charge experiences force in the direction of the field, negative charge experiences force in the opposite direction of the field. But on the dipole overall, the net force on the dipole is equal to 0. So each charge experiences two equal and opposite charges. Positive charge like this, negative charge like this. F is EQ. First point. So therefore, force on each charge. First let us write force experienced by each charge of the dipole. Each charge of the dipole F is equal to EQ. Right, each positive charge plus EQ, negative charge minus EQ. Next, second point. The net force experienced by the dipole. So the net resultant force experienced by the dipole. Force on the positive charge, let us say it as Fp. Force on the negative charge, let me say put it as Fn. Then the resultant force is vector sum of Fp plus Fn. right? Fp plus Fn, but Fp and Fn both are equal. Fp and Fn are both are equal and opposite. Fp is equal to minus Fn, both are equal and opposite. So for the net resultant force becomes 0. So net force is 0. So on the dipole the resultant force is 0. There is no net resultant force neither in the direction of the field nor in the opposite direction of the field. So the dipole, neither it moves forward nor it moves back. There is no net force. So neither it moves forward nor it goes back. No translatory motion. No translatory motion of this dipole is observed. So it is in translateral equilibrium. No translatory motion is observed. It neither moves forward nor backward. So the dipole linear, there is no linear motion of the dipole. So linear motion of the dipole is restricted. No linear motion comes into picture. There is no linear motion. Okay. So the force experienced by each charge, F is equal to EQ, positive charge plus EQ, negative charge is minus EQ. Okay. But these two forces are not acting along the same line. Neither they are acting on the same point. They are acting at different points and at different on different lines. If I drop a perpendicular, so this is the dipole AB. From A, let me drop a perpendicular on the line extended from B. Let me say this point, let this point be O. Now, so I am dropping a perpendicular. OAB is a right angled triangle. OAB forms a right angled triangle. So this is 90 degrees. Now we know dipole moment of the dipole is from A to B. So P bar vector is in this direction and E bar vector is in this direction. Let the angle between the electric field vector and the dipole moment vector, let this angle be theta. That is, our dipole is suspended in the field at an angle theta. Let this dipole make an angle. This is the electric field. Now dipole is making an angle theta with the field. Let this be theta. Right? So electric field vector is in this direction, dipole moment is in this direction. Both are at an angle theta. Now these two are parallel lines. Right? Because the field is parallel, field is uniform. These two are parallel lines. So if this is theta, this is also theta because they are alternate angles. So this is theta, alternate angles. Now in this right angle triangle OAB, consider the right angled triangle OAB. In this right angled triangle OAB, now let me find what is sine theta. According to trigonometry, we know sine theta is opposite by hypotenuse. Trigonometry, sine theta is opposite by hypotenuse. Opposite is OA, hypotenuse is AB. So it is OA by AB. So cross multiplying, I get OA as AB sine theta. OA perpendicular distance OA is AB sine theta. But we know this AB is the length of the vector, length of the dipole. So length of the dipole L, it is 2A. Length of the dipole is 2A. Dipole moment is 2AQ. So length of the dipole OA is length of the dipole, that is AB. So OA is equal to length of the dipole, that is L, that is 2A sine theta. So I shall take this as equation 1 and let this be equation 2. So a dipole, when a dipole is placed in a uniform electric field, dipole is a combination of two equal and opposite charges, positive charge, negative charge. Positive charge will experience force in the direction of the field. Field will attract the positive charge. It repels the negative charge. So negative charge is thrown back, positive charge is pulled forward. So positive charge is pulled forward, negative charge is thrown back. So the dipole experiences two equal and opposite forces. So the force, either of the force F is EQ. Each charge experiences force EQ. So first parameter is EQ. And these two forces are not acting at the same point nor along the same line. They are at different points and along different lines, parallel lines. So there is a perpendicular distance between them. The perpendicular distance is Y. Now the dipole experiences two equal and opposite forces. positive charge in the direction of the field, negative charge opposite to the field. The net force is 0. So resultant force which can move the dipole forward or backward is 0. So the dipole neither moves forward nor it moves back. No linear motion, no translatory motion. So translatory wise there is no motion. But this dipole experiences two equal and opposite forces. When there are two equal and opposite forces acting on a system, it produces a turning effect. There are two equal and opposite forces. Pair of forces, it is couple. Couple of forces are acting on the system there. So therefore, this produces a rotation effect, turning effect, or torque. Torque produced by this couple of forces, couple. Now we know this torque, according to first year we have learned, torque experienced, torque is R bar cross F bar, vectorially, R bar cross F bar, or tau torque is R bar. If I take the magnitude, torque is, it is either of the force acting, any one of the force acting on that system, either of the force, this is one force F, so either of the force into the perpendicular distance between the charges, between the forces, the perpendicular distance between the forces, any one of the force and the perpendicular distance. This is the magnitude of the torque. So the torque experienced by the dipole is either of the force, this is F, into the perpendicular distance between them is OA. So F into OA. Now, according to equation 1, F is EQ. OA perpendicular distance we have evaluated as AB sin theta, that is 2A sin theta. So substituting torque is force is EQ into 2A sin theta. Right? So magnitude of the torque is 2A EQ sin theta. This is the elaborate formula of the torque experienced by a dipole in an electric field. But we have already considered the dipole moment of a dipole P is 2AQ. So here we have got 2AQ. This can be substituted as P. So therefore torque we will get it as, the torque is equal to, it is P, the dipole moment, magnitude of the torque, E sin theta. Right? But you know, P is a vector, E is a vector, both are vector, sin theta, according to first year product of the vector. So torque I can write it as P bar cross E bar. Vectorially torque is P cross E. Magnitude of the torque, it's mod P mod E, sine of the angle between the dipole moment vector and the electric field vector. So therefore, whenever a dipole is placed in a uniform electric field, then the dipole, so from this derivation what we understand is, whenever a dipole is placed in a uniform electric field, then each of the charges, either of the charges experience two equal and opposite forces, such that the net force is 0. So charges experience two equal and opposite forces, net force is 0. So net resultant force is 0. As such, there is no linear motion either forward or backward. So net linear motion is 0. But these two forces act at different points along different lines. So therefore, there exists a perpendicular distance between them, due to which the system of the charges experiences two equal and opposite forces at a distance. Two equal and opposite forces acting at a perpendicular distance on a system produces a turning effect, right, due to the pair of charges. Pair of charges couple. Turning effect produced due to the pair of charge couple, or the torque produced, there is torque, rotation is observed. So whenever a dipole is placed in an electric field, in a uniform electric field, there is no linear motion, but there is rotational motion, turning effect is observed. So the physical quantity measuring the turning effect, the torque acting on it, torque is force into perpendicular distance. So torque is, force is either of the force F and the perpendicular distance is OA. From the diagram, OA we have found it as 2x sin theta. It's 2AQ sin theta. Substituting the terms, 2AQ is the dipole moment. So the torque acting on it is PE sin theta. where P is the dipole moment of the dipole, E is the electric field intensity of the dipole, and theta is the angle between the dipole and the electric field. Angle between the dipole and the electric field. Okay. So the torque experienced by the dipole tau is P cross E. Vectorially it is P bar cross E bar. You know, according to A cross B, first year we have learned the vector cross product of two vectors. A cross B is mod A mod B sin theta. So torque is P cross E. It is mod P mod E sin theta. This is the magnitude. Now how about the direction? Direction of the torque. You know, actually the electric field is applied in this plane. Let's say it's a vertical plane like this. Let's say it is this way, right? And I am suspending the dipole this way from the center by means of a string. Imagine a string here this way, right? It is all in the horizontal plane. Imagine, suppose, let the electric field be in this direction parallel, and this is the dipole suspended. I am suspending the dipole by means of a string like this. This is the string, right? String suspended, and by means of a string I am suspending the dipole in the electric field. Electric field is away from me, parallel. Now this dipole, this will experience a force like the torque. So the net force, suppose if this is plus q, if this is minus q, plus q experiences force in the direction of the field. Imagine field is away from me, right? Positive charge in the direction of the field, negative charge towards me in the opposite direction, two equivalent opposite forces. So there is neither linear motion like this way, no linear motion, but this force rotates the body that side, this force rotates the body this side. As such, there is a turning effect. There is a turning effect like this. A couple, two forces producing turning torque about this axis. So about this axis the dipole will turn, and this is the axis along which the direction of the torque exists. We know, according to first year cross product right hand thumb rule, if folding of the four fingers, right hand thumb rule, we were applying right hand thumb rule to find out the angle direction of the cross product. C bar is A bar cross B bar. So what is the direction of C? Right? Suppose, look, A bar, B bar, theta is the angle, A cross B. If C is this way, perpendicular to the plane of both A and B. If the folding of the four fingers denote the angle from A vector to B vector, A to B, this angle, thumb denotes the direction of C bar. This is A bar, this is B bar in this plane. This is the plane of A and B, right? A bar, B bar. Angle between them is this. Then, if the angle between two vectors, A to B, first vector to second vector, A cross B, A to B, if the folding of the four fingers denote the angle from A to B, thumb denotes the direction of the cross product. Direction of the cross product. So, similarly, if I imagine, right, this is P bar, this is E bar, torque is P cross E. So P to E, first vector P, second vector E. So if I imagine the folding of the four fingers denote the angle from first vector, second vector, then thumb denotes the direction of the cross product. So the torque is perpendicular to the plane of dipole and the electric field. Suppose if the electric field is parallel like this, and the dipole is suspended this way. This is the string, let's suppose, right? And so this is the field and this is P. So P cross E, this is P, this is E. Then if P vector is like this, E vector is this way, then the right hand thumb rule, the folding of the four finger denote the angle like this, thumb denotes the direction. So thumb denotes the direction acting about the center passing through the center of the dipole. So about this line, stick represents the direction of the torque perpendicular to the plane of P and E. E is like this. My four fingers denote the direction of E. This is the dipole P. So P is in this direction, E is in this direction. So therefore PE, the angle between them theta. So according to cross product, if the angle between the vectors, if the folding of the four finger denote the angle, thumb denotes the direction of the cross product. So this is A, this is B, A cross B. C will be like this. C is A cross B. right hand thumb rule. So now our torque tau is P cross E. P is along the dipole P. E is along this. I have imagined P to be like this. So P cross E, the angle theta. Then thumb denotes the direction of the torque. Torque experienced by the dipole, and the line torque will pass through the midpoint of the dipole, passing through O. Passing through O, it acts perpendicular to the plane of both. That is the direction of torque. The magnitude of the torque is Pe sin theta, right? So finally, whenever a dipole is suspended, a dipole is freely suspended in a uniform electric field, then what happens? A dipole consists of two equal and opposite charges, positive charge, negative charge. Whenever a charge is free in a field, charge experiences force. So positive charge will experience force in the direction of the field. Negative charge also experiences force in the opposite direction of the field. So both the charges experiences equal and opposite forces. Why equal? Because it is a uniform electric field. E at every point is constant, and Q is also same dipole. Dipole has two equal and opposite charges. Field is same, charge is same. So therefore EQ, force, is also same, but the direction is opposite. So the net force is 0. Net force 0, so no force which can move the system linearly is 0. So the dipole neither moves forward nor back. It remains as it is. No translatory motion, no linear motion. But these two forces are acting, they are not acting at the same point or same line. They are at different points and different lines. So these two forces on this dipole produce a turning effect, right? And the turning effect is torque. So the dipole experiences a turning effect in the electric field, and the torque is given by P cross E. Magnitude mod of torque mod P mod E sin theta. And the direction of the torque is along the direction, E is along the direction perpendicular to the plane of P bar and E bar, perpendicular to the plane of P bar and E bar, and passing through the midpoint of dipole. So this is the magnitude and this is the direction of the torque experienced, right? Tau is equal to P cross E, mod P mod E sin theta. On what factors tau depend? Tau depends on the magnitude of the dipole moment, tau depends on the magnitude of the electric field strength, and tau depends on the angle between these both. The stronger the dipole moment, more the torque. So the dipole experiences more torque, faster turning effect. Stronger the field, the torque is also more, and the angle, it depends purely on sin theta, right? So more the angle, obviously sin angle is more, torque is also more. So that this way we can understand the effect of the electric field on a dipole. So what dipole experiences in an electric field? Uniform electric field, right? So in a uniform electric field, a dipole will not possess any linear motion, but it possess rotational motion, turning effect, and the turning effect is also such that it tries to reduce the angle between P and E. It tends to decrease the angle. The turning effect is also to make the dipole moment and E closer. Both come in the parallel direction. The turning effect such that it tries to rotate, reduce the angle between P bar and E bar. Now that way torque is applied on the dipole. Thank you.